Oh, say cheese. Sandy, where are you going?
Sandy. You silly girl. What is that for?
So we wanted to talk about some of the reasons why we wanted to move off-grid, some of the things we were having issues with our previous lifestyle, and the things we've changed to try to improve what's going on. And what is your first thought about why we moved?
I think it was an equal parts combination of wanting to simplify our lives, so we would have to be less participants in sort of, the game of modern life, but also to, reduce the ecological impact of our lives, the damage to the environment, the costs, our carbon footprint, all that sort of stuff. So I think moving off grid was an effective way to address both those situations. And I mean, there's more, but
yeah,
those were the big ones for me.
Yeah. So when I think about it, the first thing that pops in my head is kind of just how I never felt normal or good in the way that society is run. Mm-hmm. Like when you have a mortgage and you have, a job that you have to go to, even if you don't like it, and all of those factors, it's just never felt like I enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. And I think the idea of this was always appealing because I could get away from all of that. I could feel like I had my own place with my own choices, and everything is maintainable. Yeah. The entire cabin, we know what went into building it, even though we didn't build it ourselves, but we renovated it ourselves when we moved here. We dug clay out of the ground and put it in the walls to seal up the gaps. We don't have plumbing. We don't have to worry about pipes breaking. We don't have electricity. We don't have to worry about electrical fires. All of the issues that come with a modern home are...
And all the bills, yeah.
Yeah. So, kind of just...
Yeah.
Thinking about the stress of having a mortgage and having all of those things factor into my life was so stressful to me that I would rather not. Mm-hmm. And yeah, this option just was very appealing.
Yeah, and I mean, if you can get away with a little bit less comfort and a little bit, some fewer modern conveniences, you can save an enormous amount of effort on, bills and repairs and maintenance and all that stuff. Because I mean, we're sacrificing stuff, but I don't feel uncomfortable. I don't feel like, every day is a drudgery, and no, I don't have indoor plumbing and I don't have overhead lighting. Once I got rid of those things, I found it so easy to live without them that it's not really even a consideration for me anymore. It's weird to go inside a house for me now with lights on at night, and it's so bright, what are we doing in here? Making microchips, doing surgery? I don't need this much light.
Yeah.
So yeah, you change and you adapt relatively quickly, and I'm so much happier with it for it now because like I said, we're not having to worry about this stuff. We're not having to.
And we were never in a mortgage. We were always in an apartment, and having neighbors right next to you, above you, below you, was so stressful. It just, you feel stressed out at work, and then you come home and you don't have that happy place to unwind because you're worried about the neighbors either making too much noise or you're making too much noise for them. And it was never appealing.
No.
But yeah, now we're in the middle of the woods. We don't have, even if we scream outside, nobody can hear us.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, totally.
And I mean, if we really belted, maybe the neighbors.
Maybe, yeah.
But like it's just a night and day difference. And being able to kind of relax for once has just made it so much clearer how stressed out we really were.
Yeah. And I mean, you nailed it on the head when you said, you're stressed out at work and you come home to a stressful situation. And what you end up doing is spending every bit of money you made, every bit of money you earned on trying to give yourself just a little bit of a dopamine release, or, just to make yourself feel just a little bit better. And you end up not being able to save any money. You end up, either going to debt or just stuck in a dead-end, useless job that makes you feel like crud. And, you can't escape it. It's a prison in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely people who can escape it, but they're either lucky or they've had support.
Yeah.
That is,
Yeah.
It's not everybody can achieve that, and the fact that we couldn't isn't something we should feel bad about.
No, we just needed to change our paradigm.
Yeah, like we are still happy, or we're happy now.
Yeah.
And why be upset that we got it in a different way than most people do?
Yeah. The funny thing is, when we started here, like, I was convinced we were cheating. Like, I was certain that it's like, no way can life be this easy? Because where's the daily headaches? Where's the 6:30 p.m. rage out? Where's the the stress, the pleasure-seeking behavior just to keep me afloat? It's like, no, the work I'm doing, I mean, yeah, I'm working every day, but it's work that appeals to me, that works for me. And so, I'm not having to bash my head against the wall to get it going.
Well, so we should talk about the work that you're actually doing. Like,
yeah.
What is it day to day that you accomplish, and then, like, some of the things that we do more long term?
Day to day, I mean, really, it's the essential chores of sustaining life. It's taking care of the animals. It's making sure we have water. It's making sure we have, during the winter, that we have firewood, shelter, food, and water. And, those are the essential chores that I have to get done every day. And, it's not that difficult. It's not that, uncomfortable to have to deal with that stuff, rather than it's more uncomfortable for me to earn the money to pay someone else to do those things than it is just to do them myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the day-to-day chores. And then, after we finish those, you have so much more time left. You can think, okay, what can I do to improve my life tomorrow or the next day? What system can we develop or improve upon or just invent in the first place to make our lives easier and and better? And that's really the wonderful thing, is like, instead of focusing on earning money by making someone else's life better, and then them paying us a small percentage of that to sustain ourselves, all of the work goes into making our lives better. We're getting 100% return on our investment of time and effort, and that is just so much more rewarding.
Right. Yeah. So, and over time we can create more systems that work for us. Like, we can potentially have a water tower to water our garden automatically, just with gravity, which is pretty easy to set up, and we get enough rainfall at this property to make that feasible. And if we ever can afford a tractor, we can,
fingers crossed, we can
have better access to all of our firewood, and that'll become easier.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not that hard now. We're still,
we're doing it. Yeah, we can. Yeah.
We've been here for almost 3 years.
Yep.
We've stayed alive for one.
Yeah, we have
but
survived.
We've stayed warm, I think, relatively.
We've stayed comfortable.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah.
It's not easy to do, yeah.
And I mean, so winters here in rural Maine can get cold.
Yeah.
And we can get a pretty good amount of snow. But for the scale of our living situation right now, it's pretty doable of what we're achieving. Like, we have a 1/4 mile driveway to the road that gets plowed.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, we can pay someone to plow it if we need to, but we also have a 4-wheel drive truck that can just get through it.
And tire chains if, that fails, yeah.
Right. And then it's just a matter of getting to the truck to the cabin, which is either we're scooping the snow by hand, or we just recently got a snowblower, which makes that so much easier.
So much easier.
And then it's like everything is more accessible now.
Yeah.
So we're not trudging through the snow and just because we're remote doesn't mean we have to be miserable. And I don't think we were miserable at all. In fact, I think we're happier now than we were before.
And the every day is getting better, because every day we improve just a little bit, our lifestyle and how we do things. And so, tomorrow is going to be easier than today, and the day after even more so.
Yeah.
And, it's tiny little differences, but, a year ago compared to where we are right now, I am so much more comfortable than I was a year ago. And I was so much even more comfortable than the year before that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like, it's eventually our returns are going to diminish, but, I'm doing the work I want to do for the rest of my life. So if I'm as comfortable as I am right now for the rest of my life, I'm happy. And if I'm getting better, that's more happy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, it's so much more manageable when you know exactly where all the resources come from, like how to maintain them, how to collect them. And so, as for food, we're trying to grow 90% of what we eat. That's the goal in the future.
Yeah.
Right now, I think we're maybe at 10%, maybe a little more. We produce all of our own meat.
Yeah.
Right now. We have, we have not bought meat from the store, in, I don't know, quite a while.
Quite a while, yeah.
Every once in a while, if there's something special we want that we haven't produced ourselves, we'll get it, like maybe hot Italian sausage for spaghetti, but we don't, we can just make our own sausage, and so eventually, once we have the garden going more and things being produced, we'll be able to reduce our the monthly cost of groceries.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And that'll that'll definitely help with.
That's the big expense right now. We get that down, and we're living on pocket change around here. It would be fantastic.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously there's maintenance of like vehicles and things like that end up costing money, but that's for the amount of money that we're not spending on things like rent or mortgage. It's very doable.
Very, very.
So I guess kind of wrap it up. What is something you're looking forward to for this coming year?
I'm really excited about getting our raised beds put together.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be fantastic. I mean, not only is it going to be really cool and, awesome to grow this stuff, I think they're going to look so cool with the, the wattling and all naturally done, not using plastics or...
Yeah, we'll do a video on the raised beds when we get them going.
So, yeah, I'm really excited about the raised beds. I'm really excited about getting the greenhouse built. Basically, all produce-related excitement this coming year. Just growing vegetables, growing fruits... and bringing them up out of the ground. Because our first year we had great success with that. Last year we sort of focused more on the animals. And I think this next year is going to be a
large garden year.
A big gardening year. And I'm really excited.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe not this year, but maybe next year we'll have enough experience to start doing farmers markets or something. But we'll see. Yeah, a farm stand or something at the end of the road, or the farmer's market, or like we just found out today, there's also the feed store that will let us sell our stuff there. Yeah. So there's lots of opportunities and it's exciting. And it's all exciting. It's all open to us, and it's our lives. We are in direct contact with the source of our living. Yeah. And that's very exciting for me. And debt-free.
Yeah. Which is huge. Debt is so stressful. I'm so glad we don't have it anymore. Mm-hmm. We got out of debt and we're trying our best to stay out. Yep. All right. Well, that'll wrap it up.
Sounds good. Like and subscribe. Just kidding.
Take 2.